This is the Under-14 Schools Cup for B teams final. In the sky blue shirts, Ivybridge Community College from Ivybridge in Devon on the southern slopes of Dartmoor, about 10 miles east of Plymouth. And in the red and black stripes, Cardinal Heenan Catholic High School from Liverpool, from the West Derby area of Liverpool, very close to the training headquarters of Everton and Liverpool in that part of the city that the man sitting next to me will know very well indeed as a former Liverpool player. How many days did you clock in at the Melwood training headquarters, John Scales?
It was a great privilege to go there. I mean, the history and heritage of that place, the five-a-side walls that we used to go and practice against that had been there for years and years, and having Ronnie Moran screaming at you to play the give and go. So 2.5 great years up at Liverpool, and I know this team very well, Cardinal Heenan, this school. They've been in many finals, they've got a great pedigree. Team lineups.
The Ivybridge team will play a 4-4-2. Up front will be Lewis Taylor and Archie Brown, numbers 9 and 10. Dave Leonard will visit their coach, a man with a fantastic football pedigree of his own, a Wembley winner as both a player and as a coach in the semi-professional game. Ivybridge Community College, who've made the long trip up from Devon to be here today. Cardinal Heenan's pedigree includes an old boy by the name of Stephen Gerrard. Yes, this is the school on Merseyside where Stephen Gerrard learnt his football. We're expecting them to play with 5 at the back. Their front two are Kai Late and Abdul Kamara. AJ Kamara later scored the goals which has brought Cardinal Heenan to this stage of the competition, although both of these teams needed a penalty shootout to win their respective semi-finals. Substitutes on duty. One man who's not on duty is the teacher responsible for the Cardinal Heenan team. Matty Waterhouse, the Year 9 B team manager, hasn't been able to come because his wife Carrie Ann is recovering from the birth of their daughter Ella. So there's 2 viewers and listeners that we've definitely got for this game. The referee is Mark Lewis. It will be Ivybridge in the blue shirts to kick off, 35 minutes each way to decide the destiny of this final. At back is Josh Jewell in the green boots. Just ahead of him here is Blue Ewer, seen off by Joseph Hughes at the heart of the Cardinal Heenan defence. See the 3 centre-backs there, one of them Jack Stevens with the clearance. Lewis Stanley's header, seized upon though by Paul Adam. Lofted forward with his favoured left foot into a dangerous position. Goalkeeper came and didn't really get there. And Cardinal Heenan got away with that a bit, John.
Yeah, they did, yeah. Jack Stevens just clears that up and gets it away, concedes the corner. See on the replay, a little dink over. Don't really deal with the ball, do they? There, bit of confusion between the number 5 and the goalkeeper, Joseph Hughes, Jamie Rostedge. They're going to have to deal with this a little bit better. It's awkward, that bouncing ball in those areas.
But with the corner, well dealt with on the near post by Adam Smith. They've got men over here beyond the figure of Bielo, headed clear. And it's forced out of harm's way in the end by Hughes. An imposing start this though by Ivybridge. Here's Adam trying to thread another ball through, very left-footed, but it's a very educated left foot, the little number 6 in light blue.
Yeah, just overran it, didn't he? Just a little bit too much on it. James Preston there when he came away from with Cardinal Heenan in possession in midfield, can't dwell on the ball. He's got to shift it quicker, certainly out of those central areas where we've had some rain this morning. It's a little bit cut up.
Jake Beer surging forward from right back for Ivybridge. Brown just couldn't quite control it. It came to him at an awkward height and at a fair lick. It's forced away by Jack Stevens. Just haven't really settled as yet, Cardinal Heenan. Haven't been allowed to.
Starts are so important for teams. Really sets the tempo, doesn't it?
They've dealt with that one though. Stevens has forced it away. Up towards Kamara. Chance of a counter-attack with Preston breaking to his right into some space, and his first touch is excellent. Good cover though. First involvement really for the Ivybridge defence. Justin Newton across.
Yeah, he's the captain. Did well, didn't he? Because it was great touch into space. They broke forward, I thought, and very well, and supported Kamara when he received the ball.
Header on by Ure. Dealt with by Preston. Falls kindly for Stanley, but he can't quite bring it under his spell. That's a good tussle. Brown unable to retain possession. It's a cover from Beer. Clearance a little unfortunate. It's fallen kindly now for Jewell to bring clear. He's won a free kick.
Yeah, showed great attacking intent there, didn't he, to burst through. Going back, I thought that Lewis Stanley, for 8 for Cardinal Heenan, showed a little bit of good composure, just played the ball into the feet of his teammate up front. Bit of the danger here. Start.
Bear, who, as you can see, is a footballing centre-back.
They get players forward, don't they, Ivybridge? Shy and pushing 3 up front. This back line of 5 for Cardinal Heenan. 2 full-backs will tuck in, but they'll get forward, I think, with every opportunity. But at the moment, they're being pushed back right into the box.
Free kick has been given. Justin Newton's going to take it. It's a bit of a test that for the goalkeeper. He's quite kept it in. The flag is up on the far side. None of this is of any consequence. Lewis Taylor couldn't quite keep the ball in, but that was a test for Jamie Rustage in the Cardinal Heenan goal.
He had to watch it. Felt like it might be going out. Clearly it wasn't. I think he thought he might be more comfortable with actually the flight of the ball. He wasn't in the end, had to keep it in, and in the end Lewis Taylor at that far post was kicking himself for not doing better with the opportunity that presented itself.
It's a big goal for a 14-year-old keeper. Here's Ure. Strong play from him, but he has actually been penalised for the manner in which he held off Adam Smith. These are full-size goals, obviously.
Well, I think it was that forward motion. That forward motion that sort of just took him off balance, and then he found it difficult to jump up. Obviously the big goals. That caused the problem, and it's even better of an opportunity for Lewis Taylor on the replay, didn't it?
Yeah, the ball had gone out of play before the chance fell for Adam. Taylor here, number 9. Big Lou, as he's rather ironically nicknamed. He's not the tallest player on the field. Football humour even among 14-year-olds. Preston trying to get the ball away. We haven't seen a great deal of Kamara as yet. He's on the ball now. I think Cardinal Heenan feel that he's their potential match winner. It just wouldn't quite run for Preston. He wasn't aware that the pass was coming. Just ran away from John Fox. Brown, that's a really good ball, and here's Herbert. See back from Taylor. Hughes manages to smuggle it clear. There's a physical strength advantage, I think, for Ivybridge here, particularly in the midfield areas. You're getting on the outside, and that's a useful cross. Hughes has to deal with it. Forced away by Mbilo. Preston has linked, though, with Kamara. It's outnumbered, but it might run for late. And now Kamara's got a chance to go clear. Kamara's shot, and it's Cardinal Heenan who take the lead. AJ Kamara's got the goal. He's had precious few opportunities so far to show us what he can do, because Cardinal Heenan have had so little of the ball, but the first chance that came their way, Tommy Weeks a little stranded, and Kamara did the best.
He does well, because he's under the challenge of two players trying to get back. Gets away with that first touch, and then bang, across the goalkeeper into the far corner, textbook stuff. I thought at the start, Josh Jewell, when he got back in the first initial challenge, did really well to break up the play, but the ball fell kindly, and it was Kai Late, Kamara's teammate alongside him, who just touched that ball into the path. Lovely weight on it, but Kamara, full credit to him, because he still had a lot to do.
So a goal against the run of play, but a goal well worked between the Cardinal Heenan front two. Good understanding between them. Kamara looked very assured. Once he had the ball under control, he looked very assured. All in 8 minutes.
That was my worry with Cardinal Heenan, with sort of almost two in midfield. They got the 5 at the back. Sort of feel that James Preston, the number 9, was getting forward a lot. Wait in midfield, but such problems with the opening goal in this game. It's gone.
Newton with the free kick. Well delivered too. There's a little header coming in from Paul Adam, I think. Have any power behind it. Free kick did. It's good delivery that from Newton from wide out.
Shove.
Free kick has gone Cardinal Heenan's way here.
Josh Jewell, a little shove in the back on the goal scorer.
Kamara's served notice now of his potential, and the Ivybridge defence are very wary of him. Only 3 forward here for Cardinal Heenan.
They're all at the back there, aren't they, around the ball?
Joseph Hughes, one of the centre-backs, has belatedly made a run forward. Oh, and there's a chance there, and it's steered in. I think Late's got the goal. 2-0 inside 10 minutes.
What was that? Joseph Hughes who got the little touch.
It was an important one, wasn't it?
Yeah. They weren't sure who was going to come up from the back. See it again. Ball floated in. No, it's not. It's come off the defenders, hasn't it?
Kai Late's just reacted, really, hasn't he?
Well, he has, and
It's
he's
an instinctive
reacted
finish.
brilliantly. You're absolutely right. Look, here it is. It's the defender. I think it's the number 8, Anthony Gilly. Can't really get a decent contact on it. And Kai Late, that's a fantastic reaction. That's a difficult skill to have.
Yeah, controlling a shot with your knee is a difficult skill, but it didn't really matter which part of his body it hit. He just had to wave his wand at it and get something on it, and that's what he did, and he guided it beyond poor Tommy Weeks, who's only had a couple of glimpses of the game so far, to pick the ball out of the back of his net.
See, it's given them the confidence. Cardinal Heenan with that 2-goal cushion.
Late maybe a little too confident in his attempts to smuggle the ball back into the path of Murphy. But that looks a good partnership up front between Leighton and Kamara. Jewell. Held up by Stanley. Let's have another look at the goal. Which part of his body did he score?
I think it's the shin, the outside of the shin, just below the knee. But it was instinctive. Sometimes that really shows a player who's got that natural instinct, ability. Mind how he gets it in.
And he has scored goals in the competition. Kai Late, he's played a big part in getting Cardinal Heenan to this stage, and now a big part in getting them into a 2-goal lead inside 10 minutes. Real shaker for Ivybridge, who started the game so confidently. Adam, though, has found Herbert. They maybe are a little anxious now. There's lots of time for them, a lot of time, and they can't afford to get too desperate in their bid to recover the game at this stage.
Max Herbert, just a little bit guilty. From midfield, trying to hit one from 35 yards. I think it's going to be something special to beat the goalkeeper, whoever's in there. However small they are, in comparison with these big goals. got the numerical advantage in midfield. Ivybridge. It's mean that they've got to make that count.
By Preston. Kamara really does look very assured in possession. It's Preston again, on towards Kamara. Just onside. Leading them a merry dance again and finding late again. Late back into the path of Preston. Tommy Weeks has to make a save this time.
Yeah, it's a fairly comfortable one. Decent height for him. I don't think Preston could really get enough pace on and power on that shot. Breakaway down here now. Should be snuffed out comfortably. But just going back, yeah, it was good from James Preston because he was the one who initially hooked the ball on down the channel to Kamara and then had the wherewithal to follow the ball into the box. Was able to get on the end of things.
Taylor. Out to Beer. Ewer. By Hughes. It's fallen again for Kamara, who combines with late again. It's almost as if Cardinal Heenan are happy to hold the fort and just let those two get on with it.
Yeah, it seems to be working the system, doesn't it? It's a lovely first-time ball by Kamara out to that left-hand channel for late to come on, and then he had the patience just to set the ball back to the left back and keep possession, not to panic and go looking for the third. But
Gilly to Herbert, on towards Taylor. Hughes is there again.
Questions have been asked of Ivybridge now, aren't they? How are they going to break down this strong defensive back line for Cardinal Heenan? There are the three centre-backs that we've talked about. So, Hughes, Stevens, two full-backs who happy to tuck in as well.
Is late. Back by Adam. It is Ewer. Jewell joining in. Might break for Archie Brown. He's able to get a shot at goal. Not one that troubled Jamie Rustage in any way. Plenty of time for Jewell. Adam. Ewer. That's a good challenge by Smith. Fox caught in possession by Jewell.
Piece of skill just here. I think you'll see the drag back from Gigorescu. Adam.
He's has Romanian background. You don't find too many 14-year-olds who regard Gheorghe Hagi as their footballing hero, but that's what Paul Adam has told us. I think it's probably what his dad's told him. He's got Hagi's left foot, or certainly in the making.
Oh, that's a good ball.
This is a good ball now, and a chance for Archie Brown. Well, they found a way through that time. Well delivered by Anthony Gilly into the path of Brown.
That was a lovely ball through, wasn't it? Into the channel there. Under the challenge as well. Perfectly weighted. I think this is a great save. Stands up, doesn't he? Jamie Rustage. Really good goalkeeping. Brown has looked, to me, their biggest threat.
Able to clear the first man with the corner, Archie Brown. There's been a competition both for the decibel level challenge for the supporters and also the most original chants. There's a good atmosphere. The near side of the stadium, which you can't see on TV, is well populated. Underway by Stanley. Bear deals with it. Kamara on towards late, almost instinctively, even without looking. He was able to link up with his strike partner, and Beer has to be there.
It was two little balls that were hooked over, wasn't it? The little flick first, blindly. Kamara. And the ball that was hooked out that far left-hand channel for late to come on to telepathic, wasn't it?
Idea there. Classmates in attendance. Murphy, Kamara. Seen off this time. It's a poor pass though. Run away from Preston. Adam Smith's won himself a throw in here from Lewis Taylor.
Bit unlucky there. Lewis Taylor comes in, makes a really good challenge. That's right, the momentum takes it through.
Terrific again from Adam. Maybe the most cultured midfield player on view in this game. Word in Lewis Stanley's ear. Oh, this might run kindly. There's a chance for Max Herbert. He's again had an advancing goalkeeper all over him. Rustage is very quick off his line, but Herbert knows that's an opportunity.
Here's look at Liam Murphy, the left back. There are a lot of the Cardinal and Heenan players looking around, thinking that must be offside. No touch there. There he is, number 3. Plays them all onside and
appeals.
and appeals as well, in desperation, wasn't it?
Just like a professional fullback. Newton's given that away. Preston, he's gathered that in well. Ball marks to Josh Jewell for sticking to the task, keeping an eye on the ball. But here's that man Kamara. Combining well with Adam Smith, but now he's out of position. There's a chance of a counter-attack. That was there though from Stevens. Beeler away. Now Kamara. It's well seen by Newton. Hasn't quite been able to keep the ball in. Blue Ewer. 2 goals in the first 10 minutes from AJ Kamara and Kai Late have given Cardinal Heenan in the red and black stripes a 2-goal advantage in the under-14 B final. Herbert. And well to resist Stanley and find Adam.
Didn't quite dig that one out, Adam, could he? Knew what he was trying to do, was just chip it over the back line. Try and get that front 3 an opportunity. Ely, Taylor, Brown.
Box forward. Kamara in pursuit.
Enough, doesn't he?
Newton in pursuit of him.
Got the feeling that Ivybridge, maybe one of those front 3, have maybe got to drop back a bit deeper, help out in midfield, make that potential numerical advantage count. Not able to get good possession and keep the ball in that area of the field that's so important for anybody.
It's infringement here. It's actually a foul throw. Smith penalised for having 1 foot in the air when the throw was taken. So it'll be a throw into Ivybridge. They're a school with a very good rugby reputation too, but their football teams have excelled in recent years. Late was first to it, but Beer did just about enough. Murphy We stepped into traffic there. He's been a little bit lucky. Stevens will take the free kick. Over towards the head of Late. It'll run for Liam Murphy. Late waiting. Got it away. Anxiously. Gilly. Stevens in the way. So 4 for Paul Adam though. It's a simpler pass on for Blue Ure. He is always looking for the cutting ball forward, Adam.
Yeah,
it was
right.
Awkward for Murphy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think, like you said, sort of 10-15 minutes ago, I think the anxiety of having conceded 2 goals early on has rocked Ivybridge. Quite being able to come to terms with this game at the moment. When they get possession, they've got to use it much smarter. Look for these wider areas. Forcing the ball down the middle.
Robert. Herbert. Conjures something up for himself, but Stanley's in the way. John Fox can bring it clear.
Gone through a little bit of a lull, hasn't it? I think Cardinal and Heenan, having got their noses in front, and emphatically so with that second from Kai Late. Happy, satisfied at the moment. Don't think they'll be conscious that 2 might not be enough. Ivybridge showing that they've got that purpose to get forward.
Here's Adam into the path of Ewers, pushed him a little wider than he wanted to be. It's a good ball in though towards Archie Brown. Well defended by Hughes, has done well in the air. Fox appealing for handball, but referee has waved play on. Paul Adam is back on the ball. This is Ewer. 4 lining up for the cross. Just a little bit too tall for Gilly coming in. Forced away by Murphy.
He did well there, didn't he, Blue? Out on this left-hand side, because it was a tricky little ball that Paul Adam passed out to him. It was just bouncing a little bit. Very good technique to get the delivery across the goal. Really got many big men, have they, to get forward? See, 5. Jake Hubert, maybe the biggest. Pointing to the spot where he wants it.
Jake Beard takes. There's a good delivery. Goalkeeper couldn't deal with it, but the referee has seen something in there he didn't like. And he's given a penalty, I think. Yeah, he's given a penalty to Ivybridge.
Oh, we're going to have a look at this again.
Well, Hughes had his arm round an opponent there inside the 6-yard box. Maybe it was that.
Difficult to tell on the replay as well, isn't it? Infringement certainly right in the middle of the goal mouth area. Well, it's a chance.
Tommy Weeks, the Ivybridge goalkeeper, saved 2 penalties in the semi-final shootout. Facing Paul Adam here of Ivybridge, and he's made another penalty save. It wasn't the best in truth. And that's another big, big moment for Cardinal Heenan. Rustage with the save. Sorry, he saved 3 in the semi-final shootout against Macclesfield Rustage, and he saved another there.
It's a tame effort, got to say. He's hit it low, but he hasn't hit it with any pace or purpose and commitment, I don't think. Better up smashing it.
Another corner. This was the source of the problem last time. Jake Beer's going to take it again. Jamie Rustage is going to be tested again. He didn't deal with the initial corner, but he dealt with the penalty okay.
Players right on him.
A low one in towards Herbert. Forced away. Still a chance. Oh, it's in the post and just bounced into Rustage's hands. Unlucky there. I think it was Justin Newton who was denied by the upright.
I think it was Anthony Gilly, and I think first of all it was Justin Newton who had the initial shot. Anthony Gilly with a chance there to get them back in this game. Justin Newton comes onto it, and there, what a chance. Oh, Anthony Gilly will rue that one that got away.
Jamie Rustage between those Cardinal Heenan posts might just be beginning to believe this is his day. There you go, the 2-goal lead could have been wiped away in those 2 moments.
There are just some days like that, aren't there? We'll see.
Josh Jewell. Rustage comes to the edge of his penalty area to tidy up there. Bit of brightness here in the early afternoon in Reading, but torrential rain all morning, and it's a big pitch and it's a heavy pitch now.
Third game of the third day of this PlayStation Schools Cup Festival. Had some great games. 5 national finals a day. Seen some great quality. We've also seen some players going down with cramp in this, as you say, big pitch. Not used to playing in this sort of size, sort of arena. Fantastic setting. Really is something for these players to experience what it's like to play out on this sort of surface.
Good work from Preston. Way by Aubert. Preston's onside. Leighton Kamara are up with him. Fox getting there. Getting back was Max Herbert. The 2 gaps between the lines emerging now. The game getting very, very stretched. Smith forward towards Late. Cross comes Newton this time. That's well worked. And it's offside. Lewis Taylor.
Unlucky. Running that channel. Just drifted offside. Got Kai Late, the goal scorer, down, injured in that tackle earlier on. There's a bit of cramp. Here you'll just see 9 and 10. They've strayed off, haven't they? 2 forwards.
Yeah, it's much easier for the number 8, Anthony Gilly, because he's looking along the line. He can see his position, but those 2 have got their back to the last defender. They just had to gamble, I guess. Hope that the pass came a little earlier.
Struggling. Kai Late. He's going to come off. They're going to make a substitution. He's saying he's going to at least have to have a timeout, see if he can recover, play any further part in this match.
Malloy is a speedy forward who's made an impact in the last 2 rounds as a substitute, is coming on in his place. The 15, Charlie Malloy. Beer forward to Gilly. Really good acceleration, an athletic young player, but stopped by Jack Stevens. Little Liam Murphy was just caught there, and he's won a free kick.
Purposeful run from Anthony Gilly into space, and then you just want to see pick out that pass. Go down the channel. You need your centre forwards to make those decisions easy for you.
Robert's header falls only for Stanley. Turned away by Newton. This is Jewell, who are trying to stretch his legs. Good recovery that by John Fox. Adam.
Great skill.
Has got great skill. And that's a lovely ball delivered for Max Herbert. Goalkeeper alert again. Chance for Lewis Taylor. Well, Ivybridge are just going to wonder if they get to half-time 2 down, how it's possible. They've had opportunities to be certainly level and maybe in front.
Oh, this is a lovely piece of skill, the little drag back and the lift over the top. And then you think they're odds on to score. First it's going to be Max Herbert, and then the follow-up, Lewis Taylor. Just can't put it in the back of the net, can they?
So the man in charge of Ivybridge, who's got some important words to speak to his young players at half-time, is as well qualified as any coach at these finals. Dave Leonard, a Wembley winner with Truro City as the manager in the first Vase final at the new Wembley Stadium in 2007. He won the same trophy at the old Wembley as a fullback with Tiverton Town in the late 90s on a couple of occasions. 5 years a teacher now at Ivybridge's football playing days behind him, but he's got some coaching to do. He's got an A licence UEFA badge. He's going to have to use all that knowledge and experience and a little bit of man management just to lift his players, who must be feeling as if the world's against them after these opening 34 minutes. 2 down in 10 minutes. They've missed a penalty and hit the woodwork twice.
I think if they want inspiration, they don't need to look much further than the game that started off this morning's proceedings, the game between Bishop Stortford and Thomas Telford. Bishop Stortford got off to the most incredible start, 3-0 up inside a very short period of time, and well, Thomas Telford obviously had a right talking to at half-time. Did the trick because they came out, scored 3 and 3 to get it back on level terms, ultimately lost, but shows you the power of the half-time talk of what's needed. You can turn the fortunes, and certainly Ivybridge get in at half-time and need to ask some serious questions about how they can get back in this game. I mean, it's not without endeavour, and there's been a couple of good chances, haven't they, that have gone begging. I feel they've got to use that ball a little bit better, have a little bit better movement. Need the rub of the green.
Going to be 2 added minutes at the end of this first half. Cardinal Heenan have another free kick here. Second goal came from a free kick. Similar position, although Kai Late, the scorer of that goal, has had to limp off since. Played to Smith into some space. It's a little ambitious. It's bowled out to Beer. Took on a little bit too much, although there was a little nip at him before he released the ball by John Fox, which has produced a free kick.
Difficult for him on the ball. I mean, Ivybridge, 6 players really pushing too far up the pitch. Doesn't really give the player on the ball much of an option. Got to have some depth. Got to have people just holding their position, sometimes just standing still to be a walled player, a little give and go off.
And away again by Murphy. Kamara. Certainly prepared to run O'Bear. This is Malloy, the substitute. Bear recovers. We're in the second of the 2 added minutes. Malloy. Matty Waterhouse watching on from Merseyside, not just a proud dad in the last few days, he'll be a very proud coach, because his team have done him proud in his absence here. Full marks to Mike Cooper and Paul Selwood, who prepared the team, and they prepared them well because they defended resolutely. They stole 2 goals really in the space of 3 minutes, so they're very dangerous frontmen AJ Kamara and Kai Lay. They've had a bit of luck since then, but they have a 2-goal advantage at half-time. Those goals in the 8th and 10th minutes. The dangerous AJ Kamara it was, number 10, who ran from here to link up with Late and then go clear and beat Tommy Weeks.
Well, he was so alert and quick off the mark, wasn't he? Thought the danger had been averted with the first little tackle, but Late's little ball through and Kamara was off.
Good pass that, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great finish. It is passed into that far corner. Late and Kamara causing all sorts of problems at the back line, and this is the second.
Defender's touch, and then an instinctive stab at it by Kai Late. And somewhere between his shin bone and his knee bone, he found the golden spot.
That's a good finish. That's instinctive, but also he knows he's trying to get a good contact on the ball. Last seconds, he's due that good fortune. Really breaking into the box and beats his chest. He knows how important that goal is, doesn't he?
Jamie Rustage has saved a Paul Adam penalty since then. At half-time, it's Ivybridge 0, Cardinal Heenan 2. We'll be back in a moment or two.
This is for the ESFA PlayStation under 14 Schools Cup for B teams. Ivybridge Community College against Cardinal Catholic Sports College.
Welcome back to the Medeski. We're at half-time in the under 14 B final between Ivybridge Community College from Devon in the sky blue shirts and Cardinal Heenan Catholic High School, West Derby in Liverpool in the red and black stripes. Cardinal Heenan scored twice in the space of 2 minutes early in the game. Goals from number 10 Abdul AJ Kamara and number 11 Kai Late. Ivybridge have done everything but score since then. Paul Adam has had a penalty saved. Twice the woodwork has come to Cardinal Heenan's rescue. They have made a change for this second half, bringing on number 12 Sam Gornall in place of James Preston, and they've got some defending to do early on, but Jamie Rustage here, who had a near perfect first half, saving a penalty and enjoying a little bit of luck when he needed it, picks up and clears. John Scales is alongside me. See Ivybridge getting back into this game, John?
I do, but I think they've got to get on their front foot much more. They've got to get the support for the front players, and they've got to use the ball better. But I think the manager would have, with all his experience, would have had a word with them, said that they've got to break forward and inject some energy and pace into the game. Sometimes things happen when you get that pace and energy and intensity back into the game.
Adam, into
It's
the
a good start to this second half for them.
Started the first half well, and then suddenly they were 2 goals down. This is Gilly. Got on the outside of Stevens and found a cross, and it's not been properly defended, and it's another chance, and Lewis Taylor hooks it over. He was caught by surprise because Mbilo was favourite to clear there, but got to be alert, got to anticipate that.
We've seen it often, and Mbilo does well initially. It's an awkward ball to deal with, I suppose, in front of the keeper. Bounces up. Lewis Taylor with a great opportunity to open the scoring for Ivybridge and get them back into this game. Many chances like this can go begging.
Don't see this a lot in the professional game. The referee will be adding this time on, so
they might need it. Ivybridge.
Edge with the goal kick. Adams header down. Here's the substitute, Sam Gornall. Forward by Stanley. Kamara with really good control. Just took on a little bit too much. He got outnumbered in the end. He trying to force his way forward, and gone against Anthony Gilly.
Hurt himself making that challenge, didn't he?
Yeah, missed the semi-final through appendicitis. The Ivybridge number 8. Happily recovered.
A little bit late there, wasn't he?
Knockout rounds are played between September and March, so these teams have known about their big date for a while now. Scored by Blue Ewer. Archie Brown stretching his legs. Support from Ewer. Pushed away by Cardinal.
They're certainly getting the numbers forward. Ivybridge, I was a little bit critical before the break that they've just got to be careful they don't all go steaming forward 5-6 and makes it easy defensively, or at least you're almost man to man. You've got to have some depth in here, and you can see the whole of them pushed up, desperate to get it back on the score sheet. Make this a real contest this second half.
Yeah, desperate's a word they've got to try and keep out of the vocabulary. They've got plenty of time. I said it early in the game. When they went 2 goals down inside that first 10 minutes, you do get rattled, but you can't afford to panic. You've got to keep trying to play your football, play with some composure if possible.
Well, they've had the chances, haven't they? It's definitely onside here.
Taylor. It's enough for Rustage to gather, though.
Yeah, you look back on that first half and you think it could have been so different, this game, couldn't it? It's the beauty and the cruelty of this game. Don't always get what you deserve.
Mara there, number 10, can almost play you on his own. He can certainly occupy 2 or 3 defenders with his ability and his athleticism. He's a great outlet for Cardinal Heenan, who really don't have to do any more now other than soak up the pressure. Trying to counter. Kamara back on the ball. Beat Kamara. Halted by Adam. It'll come from Malloy. Kamara once more. Space for a shot once more. Struck Josh Jewell. Jewell can bring it away.
Great feet from Kamara. Very quickly onto it. Knew what he wanted to do.
You are forward now towards Archie Brown.
Vital interception, wasn't it, from Joseph Hughes at the back, number 5. Got a left foot, almost sort of outside of the foot.
And well in the air too, Hughes. It's easy to underestimate what an event a headed clearance still is for a 14 or a third. Some of these boys are only 13. Show some courage just to get your head in the way and force the ball away, and Hughes has done that a lot, but they've had quite a bit of defending to do, Cardinal Heenan. Dangerous from Jewell, but he's managed to link up with Gilly. Just away by Stevens. But to Beer. Space here for Gilly. It's a good challenge by Jack Stevens.
Yeah, he read that well, didn't he? Just waited, knew he was going to have a little touch. Going to try and knock it past him, Anthony Gilly.
That Dave Leonard didn't make any changes at half-time. Performance terms, he'd probably be reasonably pleased with what his boys have done so far. He got that cross all wrong, but no harm done. Falls kindly for Herbert. He can deliver a cross, headed away by Gabriel Mbilo. Kamara. Back to Murphy. Kamara won it again and gets the ball back from John Fox. Lloyd calling for one down the line. That's a dangerous crossfield ball by Kamara. Out by Ewer. Now Brown. Hughes is there again, but Ewer is there again too. Difficult to get on the outside of, though. Joseph Hughes is a good defender.
Yes, dangled out his left foot, which was the wrong one on that occasion. Should have tackled with his right. Very left-footed, seems. Reluctant to use his right. Himself in a little bit of trouble, but Navigated his way through it okay in the end.
Jake Beer. Taylor. It hasn't quite happened for Lewis Taylor yet. Beer. Hughes again. All for Malloy. Quite had that under control. Jewellers found Gilly.
Looking to go outside, isn't he? Always down that line.
Twice the size of his fullback. He must fancy his chances of getting past him, but he hasn't really done it as yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Ivybridge haven't got that presence in the box, have they? They're sort of getting out-muscled, out-fought, I think, in many ways, with Mbilo and Hughes. Tempted.
I've got a forward on the bench, Cameron Lidston, with a bit of a reputation as a super sub.
Getting towards that time where I'd be tempted to make a change. Get a bit of a physical presence on there.
Gilly's high ball in. Well defended by Mbilo. Run back by Adam. Well, he couldn't quite gather it in, but it's worked quite well. Fox just ran out of pitch.
Sense Gilly could do a job down the middle, make things happen. Tall lad, skillful.
Malloy to Kamara.
Have to wait forever, isn't he? Here.
All of the ball over all of the line eventually.
I think that was going to roll out.
Adam forward. Tom by Brown. You are trying to make something of it. And Bilo is there to see to it that he can't, although he was almost caught in possession. Adam Smith with a no-nonsense clearance, only as far as Josh Jewell. Jewell's carry the ball forward with purpose at times from full-back, but there's a flag up here against Archie Brown. Kept quite a good line, really, Cardinal Heenan.
Yeah, they have, and especially with 5 at the back, you don't often see that, do you? Sort of 3 centre-halves, you've got to be that much better at communicating across your line.
It's a real football school. I mentioned before the game that Stephen Gerrard is an ex-pupil. David Nugent, who played for England, also. Tyus Browning, who's emerging with Everton. Bradley Orr, Jay McEverley, all former Cardinal Heenan students. And David Price, the former Olympic boxing medalist and British heavyweight champion, he went to Cardinal Heenan too. Making a change at the back with little Liam Murphy giving way to number 14, Lewis Robinson, who's a winger really by trade. As a left wing back, which is the way they're set up. Kamara looks like he could keep the ball in his own all day long. Fox forward, Smith trying to force the issue. Malloy is going to be offside. He's up.
He was offside for quite some spell of that move. Substitution.
First we've seen for Ivybridge, yeah. Brandon Bonser is number 14. He's a fullback. He's only been playing football seriously for a year. He's a really good triple jumper, good athlete. Take the place of Blue Ewer, who's been operating from that left-hand side. Brandon Bonser come on in his place. Bilo taking no chances. Adam making a run into the box, well spotted by Stevens. He's got a new opponent now on this side in the shape of Robinson. Able to get past him.
Robinson does well. Closes him down quickly, follows him, doesn't he? Gets tight, doesn't give Really any chance to get settled on the ball. As a coach on the sidelines, you'd be saying to your team now, 2-0 up, it's over 50 minutes gone, is keep the pressure on them.
Go down to Stanley, well seen by Adam. Is Brandon Bonser. Able to link with Jewell. Space for Smith getting forward from right back, and now Malloy, and he has got support, and here's John Fox, and that's a decent stop. Decent chance too. So dangerous on the counter-attack, Cardinal Heenan. Move kept alive by Robinson. Eventually cleared.
Really like that from Malloy. Can he have a good awareness to pull it back, get the right angle?
Gilly, meanwhile, has found Archie Brown. Support is arriving for Brown, who's lost a bit of momentum, and Cardinal Heenan have been able to regather, and you know they've got the throw in there.
Well, I think that sums up Ivybridge's problems.
Chance this.
Well, look at Charlie Malloy here. What a cutback that is. The only player that's coming into the box and coming onto it is John Fox, the captain. Smart play from Cardinal Heenan. Can't add to their 2 goals from the first half, that devastating spell. They got this game under control.
Good save that by Tommy Weeks, who, with Argyle fan, that's Paul Selwood, who's filling in here for Matty Waterhouse in charge of Cardinal Heenan. Quite a few of the Cardinal Heenan boys are inevitably Liverpool fans, and they could be on a motorway coach tonight while Liverpool are playing in Basel.
It's my worry. I'm loving this. I've had 3 incredible days watching some great games. My mind, I hate to say, has drifted sort of and keeps drifting towards tonight.
Actually, the Plymouth fans in the Ivybridge team, and there are several of those, they've got a big night too, because they've already booked their place in the League 2 playoff final, and they'll find out later tonight whether it's Accrington or
AFC.
Wimbledon will join them.
My other club, AFC, they've had a great season, great finish to the end of the season.
Plymouth had a great finish with Peter Hartley's goal against Portsmouth, which took them to Wembley.
Still so much football to play, isn't there?
And there is in this game too. 2 goals in 2 minutes early in the match for Cardinal Heenan in the red and black stripes, giving them the advantage, but that's how quickly the match can change. Ivybridge missed a penalty and hit a post in as many minutes later in that first half. Not out of this yet. Adam Smith. Kamara. Just a little too confident at times. Adam, likewise, can pick a pass, but he's perhaps sometimes a little too keen to find the killer pass.
Well, crossfield balls are always the no-no from coaches, aren't they? You mentioned it, the one down here that tried, attempted crossfield pass. When it's cut out and you lose possession in that midfield area, it can cost you dearly.
To Adam again. I think he and Kamara may be the 2 most gifted players on the field. Jake Beer. Running corner here for Ivybridge.
With Stanley. Did well. Shepherded. Danger away. Corner. Set piece, we saw the problems that Heenan experienced in the first half.
Beer takes it. Doesn't clear the first man though. It's a better ball in and a clever back heel from Paul Adam. But doesn't stretch Jamie Rustage. Very little has.
Well, A little bit of skill. He's on the ball again. Really would have had to get the perfect connection, wouldn't he, to have generated the power, I suppose, to trouble the keeper. I like his ambition.
Been some resolute defending from the likes of Smith and Stevens and Hughes back there, really has. And Kamara always carries a threat. Malloy trying to feed off him. Aubert hasn't cleared it. His goalkeeper's going to have to. He's cleared it to the last man on the field they wanted to clear it to. Kamara. It's won a free kick. Gilly trying to get back at him.
Paul, watch this for a lovely little bit of skill.
Tell he's left-footed. The last thing he wanted to do was hit a right-footed volley.
Absolutely.
He'd prefer the left-footed back heel. Well, Kamara's taking the ball here. I tell you, he's 30 metres out. But does he think that's too far? I don't think he does.
Be right. Not a lot to aim for if he doesn't.
Kamara. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Still a chance for Malloy. Decent chance too. Well, it was the height of the free kick which almost defeated Tommy Weeks. He's enjoying himself, isn't he? He's good and he knows it.
Go.
Keeper did well, actually. He did well to get his hands up to the crossbar.
And then it was Malloy on the follow-up. He put his head in his hands because I think he felt that was going goal-bound.
Adam back on the ball. It's run away from Herbert, but he's going to get it back here now from Taylor. Herbert just too high for Gilly. Beer straining to get there, but it'll fall for Gilly, and now Beer has it. A good cross though. Fox can bring it away for Cardinal Heenan.
Fox looking for that killer ball again. I think Malloy making that curved run to the left-hand side would have been a better option, maybe.
Onsa. Way by Hughes. For the pressure just to become relentless now, Cardinal Heenan. It's not a game where you can just dig in for the duration. Pressure is growing, it's got to now from Ivybridge. They are starting to run out of time. Paul Adams back on the ball. Gilly in pursuit. And he's got there. It's Gilly with the volley. Oh, the goalkeeper did just enough again. I have to say he was favoured by fortune again, but full marks to Jamie Rustage for getting down.
Well, you see this again. It's good strength from Anthony Gilly. Gets the chest, gets the shot away. I don't think it's the cleanest of strikes, but he still asks the question of the keeper and he comes up with the answer. Jamie Rustage maintains this shutout. Getting the ball back.
I think all of this time will be added on. Seeing another change for Ivybridge with Cameron Lidston, who I talked about a little bit earlier, does have a reputation as a finisher from the bench. And Lewis Taylor, who's had opportunities to finish and hasn't taken them, is the one who gives way. Lidston, number 12, is on. Going to take this corner immediately. Header goalwards is by Herbert. And again.
Shove, wasn't there? He had to be careful. I think it was Charlie Malloy. Just had a little shove in the back. I think the first one, the initial one, should have just been flicked on. Here, I think that's just got to get helped on. Not so much. And then this one, if it carries on, a little shove in the back there.
Referee has given a penalty already for something like that. Malloy has won it. It's Fox. Forward towards Kamara. Good defending by Newton.
We do begin to wonder whether there's, as long as they play, will they score? Ivybridge, they've had chances, been able to take one single one of them.
They'll know what the problem is, but you can be sure of that. They'll know exactly where it's going wrong.
It's deep in discussion about the what they would do to change things around, weren't they?
Here goes Gilly.
Onside.
Is he onside here, Brown? I think he is. Bilo came across, goalkeeper came out. They did enough between them.
Just needed to lift that one over if he could have done. Does as well as maybe could have been expected. Gilly and Brown were the better players, I think, this afternoon. Just there, just wanted to lift it over. Sees the keeper going down.
I'm running out. Justin Newton going for glory from range. Rustage here has been a key man in this match.
Solid, hasn't he?
Here goes Kamara. Malloy.
I think he knew what he wanted to do was just set the ball back to Kamara.
Jewell is playing further forward now. On towards Archie Brown. That's really well timed by Joseph Hughes.
Better having the confidence to tackle with the right foot rather than the left. Got that just right.
Offside here, would you believe? Adam's little ball back has caught Jewell off.
Oh, running out of time now.
Hughes with a free kick. Ball for Herbert. No fall for Adam, and Bilo sees to that. Bilo there again. Malloy. Taking the weight off it for Adam, though. It's really good work by Stanley. Now Lidston. Just a lot of Gilly. Stevens' cover has been excellent. They don't look too unhappy, but I'm afraid their classmates are in need of some inspiration.
Frustrating. You're a fan of this side here. Just played out. Support for both teams. Come up a little bit short, haven't they, Ivybridge? Although they've had chances as well, I think that's why they'll be kicking themselves.
Five's going to seem like a long road home to Plymouth for them tonight. So they can find something now. Maybe just one spark something. Brown trying to do that, but Mbilo away. Here's Kamara. Malloy was right on the halfway line. He has been flagged offside. Yeah, that was tight, you know.
That was so tight, wasn't it? And he knew he was right on the halfway line. I think he thought he'd timed it just perfectly. Lovely skill from Kamara. They've linked up well, haven't they, since Guy Late went off. Charlie Malloy came on.
Cooper's boys are nearly there. Beer. Took the path of Gilly, but he just asked a bit too much of him, and used for the umpteenth time, clears his lines.
Made good decisions, hasn't he, whenever he's had to. No nonsense there. Knew there was no need to put the foot on it and try and play out, clear the danger. Allow this substitution, run the clock down.
James Preston's going to come back on. Maybe so the captain, John Fox, can go and prepare himself for a presentation. That's the way it's starting to look. Preston with the throw. Gilly unable to control. Away by Lewis Robinson. Boy fighting for the ball. Brown. Below. He was just caught by Brown then as he tried to clear his lines. One of the two youngest in the team, the number 4 and Below. He's still only 13 years of age. Caught the nasty wrap on the shin there. He cleared against a trailing foot. It was one of those unfortunate impact injuries. There will be some added time here. Good opportunity for you to nominate your man of the match, John.
Yeah, it is a good opportunity. I think there's Kai Late, I thought was very good. Malloy's come on, very good. John Fox, the captain. It's been some really good performances, and Ivybridge, really impressed with Anthony Gilly and Archie Brown, how they've really stuck at it. I think the standout player for me is number 10, Abdul Kamara. There he is in the shot. I think he's shown excellent skills throughout the game. Opened the scoring, of course, with that fine finish. Really composed. Look at him. I think he's just worked that out. Just checking. Really, my PlayStation 4 coming my way.
I'm sure the honour and the pride will count for far more than having a new PlayStation.
Absolutely. Doubt it.
Now, what he'd like to do, just round it off with another goal, but Bonser's not having that.
No, he's been excellent throughout the game, hasn't he? Maintained that consistency and energy about his game. Alertness, always looking to make things happen.
Is the man of the match.
Justifiably, Cardinal Heenan have been on top throughout, pretty much. Will there be questions from Ivybridge's point of view that what ifs?
Well, plenty of those in the first half, less so since the break. Preston with the shot there. Tommy Weeks-Moses to deal with it. This is the end of the field that Cardinal Heenan want to be ending the game, and they're going to. It's a corner kick.
Outside of the foot effort, trouble the keeper, bounced just awkwardly. It's creeping in that far post. One's on.
But can't quite hold it. Here's Kamara. Down he goes, but the challenge was good from Adam. Got the ball.
Well played.
Jewell can come clear. Kept it in too. Great run this by Josh Jewell. Archie Brown is offside. Oh, that'll be so frustrating for Jewell in particular, who made all that possible.
Slaps his arms down in disgust, doesn't he? Frustration. Very tight, I tell you.
I wouldn't argue with your man of match nomination at all, John, but if you could give a department of the match, it's been the Cardinal Heenan defence. They've been so well marshalled. It'd be difficult to pick one of them. They played as a unit so well. Here's Preston. Pushed away by Aubert. Bonser. Just run out of hope in this second half, Ivybridge. They needed something to happen for them, I think, in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we said, didn't we? Got to get that impetus going.
Lidston forward towards Brown, and this time they're onside, and here's Gilly. Oh, and that's hit the bar. Still a chance for Brown. And Rostich has the final say.
Well, I think that's an incredible save. What's going on there? He's hurt himself as well, Rostich, but I think if we have another look at this, this is a save. Watch this. A little hint of off handball there. Stands tall.
Yeah, fingertips.
Fingertips onto the bar. And he clenched his fist as well, and then still has work to do.
Well, Ivybridge won't be heading home with a trophy, but they'll be heading home with a hard luck story. They will certainly look back on some big moments in the latter stages of the first half when that man denied them from the penalty spot. They twice grazed the frame of his goal, and they've hit the post again there via his fingertips, or hit the woodwork again via his fingertips. And it's difficult to think of too many chances that Cardinal Heenan have squandered. They've pretty much taken the two that have come their way. Yeah. Strange game in that sense. Forward by Preston. Kamara will give chase, but Weeks is the favourite. Full credit to Matthew Waterhouse, their absent teacher in charge, absent for a very good reason, a new father, and his wife Carrie Ann's side as he's got all that to come now. Got a new young fan as Mr. Waterhouse by the name of Ella. Be waiting on Merseyside for his boys when they get back up to the northwest of England tonight. And Rostich has been another man of the match candidate, the keeper.
Stands up brilliantly, doesn't he? It's a great strike. That is crucial fingertip save. The rain comes again. Won't dampen the spirits of this Cardinal Heenan side.
There are still a 4 minutes to play. Beer coming forward. Got a decision here.
James Preston just leaning into him. Doing enough to warrant a free kick against him. Sweep the ball in there.
We've ushered Cardinal Heenan over the finishing line here, but Ivybridge goal with that amount of stoppage time to come. So many times, though, that kind of clearance, Sam Gorn all that time has come to the rescue. Smith can keep it. Here's Mbilo. New memories? Can say from personal experience there are a few better things in life than being a successful touchline parent. Take all the credit. That's my boy. Josh Jewell. Bealo's there again. They really have been excellent. Smith,
been great,
Bealo, Hughes, Stevens, Murphy, and now Robinson. Behind them, Jamie Rostich.
Yeah, that's pretty formidable. Great.
If they keep a clean sheet, it will be well earned. We haven't got possession and attacking stats, but they might actually favour Ivybridge. Certainly shots on target, I would think, would.
It is funny how, as a parent, you lose the plot on the sidelines, isn't it, when it's your child? Terrible with my two girls.
Got another free kick here, Ivybridge. Now the clock really is against them. One, maybe two, you'd doubt it. Everybody bar little Tommy Weeks, the goalkeeper, going forward. Newton will take this. Slid into a dangerous area. Gilly couldn't really control it. That's a brave header by Stevens on a high foot. Cardinal Heenan looked like a team who only need to score one goal to win a match, so they've scored two here.
Yeah, it's been a composed performance as well, isn't it? Good discipline, fully deserved.
2 goals in the opening 10 minutes have won it for Cardinal Heenan. Stephen Gerrard's old school, victorious here at the Medeski Stadium. They did their damage early in the game. The real credit in their performance was the way they defended that 2-goal lead as the match continued. Ivybridge will look upon 3 or 4 big moments when they could, maybe should have scored. Certainly the missed penalty by Paul Adam. But Jamie Rusted saved that, 1 or 2 besides. What got past him, his woodwork stopped. And the final score in the under-14 B final is Ivybridge 0, Cardinal Heenan 2.
If anyone wants to read it, simply go to PlayStation, scorescup.com, and you can find all the videos and highlights of today's game, along with yesterday's and Monday's. There's www.PlayStation, scorescup.com. Find out all the information, all the videos and highlights of today's game and today's goals. Goals and festivals will be found there too.
Run you through the goals. It was that little flick there, wasn't it? Fantastic from Kai late into the path of Kamara. Really good first touch, and under the challenges was very swift in putting that away very neatly. Passes it past the keeper, the hapless Tommy Weeks. That gets them off and running, and well, just the perfect start that Cardinal Heenan wanted. Then so soon afterwards, there's the flick, and it's an instinctive finish from Kai late. Sticks the leg up, but he knows what he's doing. That's exactly what he's intending, to get a good contact on the ball, and I think full credit to him. Those 2 early goals really were ultimately the difference between these two sides. There was so much more of a story to be told as the rest of the game went on. But that's how it finished. Cardinal Heenan, the under-14 Schools Cup for B teams, champions for 2016. Congratulations to them. There's confirmation.
And first, we'd just like to thank our officials today, if they'd like to take their names first. Referee Mark Lewis, Assistant Referee Dave Evans, and Dan Lewis, and fourth official Dominic Edra. Can we have a big round of applause for the officials, please?
And here we are then, the runners-up of the ESFA PlayStation Under 14 Schools Cup for B teams. Ivybridge Community College! Number 1, Tommy Weeks. Number 2, Jamie Gilly. Number 3, Josh Fuel. Number 4, Justin Newton, captain. Number 5, Jacob Hubert. Number 6, Paul. The rescue Adam. Number 5, Drew Hare. Number 8, Anthony Gilly. Number 9, Louis Taylor. Number 10, Archie Brown. Number 11, Max Herbert. Number 12, Cameron Winston. Number 13, Abraham Roharabil. Number 14, Brandon Bonser. Number 15, Alan Green. And number 16, Sam Moritz.
Your winners of the ESFA PlayStation Under 14 Schools Cup for B teams, Cardinal Heenan Catholic Sports College! Number 1, Jamie Rusty. Number 2, Adam Smith. Number 3, Leah Murphy. Number 4, Gabrielle Hilo. Number 5, Joseph Hughes. Number 6, Jack Stevens. Number 8, Lewis Stanley. Number 9, James Preston. Number 10, the man of the match, Abdul Kamara. Number 11, Kai Lake. Number 12, Sam Cardinal. Number 14, Louis Robinson. And number 15, Charlie Malloy. And finally, your captain, John Fox. And let's have the managers and coaches. Cardinal Heenan, are you here? Managers, Cardinal Heenan. Cardinal Heenan, managers. We'll give them up. Oh, there they are, there they are. Good stuff, guys. Extremely good crew. Nice round of applause.
Dave Leonard, team manager for Ivybridge here. Just wasn't your day today, was it? You sort of pretty much must be happy that you dominated the match, but just couldn't convert to goals.
Yeah, it's we huffed and puffed, but we got nowhere. And to be fair, congratulations to Cardinal Heenan. They took their chances. And in football, you don't take your chances, you don't win a game of football. No matter how many possession stats are out there, if you don't put them in the goal, that's it.
How important was the penalty miss really? In that big chance, get the lead, and then you can sit back on that.
Yeah, I think for me the penalty changed the game. I think if we'd have got the penalty, we'd have gone on and won the game. You know, and then in the goal-mouth scramble, the ball's hit the post, come right back to their keeper, and then we hit the crossbar in the last 5 minutes. You know, goals change games, and we didn't get one today, and you know they got two. So you know, congratulations to them.
Well, it's absolutely tipping it down here. I'm going to let you get inside. We're all getting soaked, but unlucky today, and a safe journey home. Thank you very much.
Thanks for everybody at the SFA for putting on such a fantastic spectacle. And you know, we'll be back next year.
Absolutely. We'll see you next year. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.